1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Those vegan guys.
Hello again, he's Jason.
And he's Paul.
And we are
Those vegan guys.
We said we were going to do a shepherd's pie video, and we're going to do that right now. That phone looks upside down.
Same as it always is.
Oh. Anyway, today we're doing your standard shepherd's pie that we guarantee all your Omni family and friends will love. And we're also throwing into the mix broccoli and cauliflower soup. For those are 2 courses of our 3-course first family dinner of 2018. We'll be joined this afternoon by Jay's mum, dad and sister.
Yeah.
And my mum. And we'll all be sat sitting round there at the table in the front room talking. Shall we get their feedback after the meal, do you think? We'll ask them, of course.
Yeah.
But we'll say, what did you think of the shepherd's pie? We'll best get to it. I always feel really bad for Jason at this point because it's all about me. And he's behind the camera. Right, I've got some stuff ready, so come on over and have a look, Jay. I've got a very big head of broccoli and cauliflower, all chopped into pieces and ready. And I've got a pan of stock already boiling using these 2 stock cubes and an OXO stock cube, vegetable stock cube, which is actually suitable for vegans. One of the people in one of the groups recently emailed the company because there was some controversy. So all I'm going to do is spill it all over my cooker.
Got your back to the camera.
I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to boil the cauliflower and broccoli in stock, add a bit of salt and pepper, and at the end put it in my jug blender in bits until it's a smooth, thick soup. The wonderful thing about cauliflower is you don't have to use any thickening ingredients because it stays really thick when you make it into a soup. So that is the cauliflower and broccoli soup, and this is the shepherd's pie. Starting with a little bit, I always use, they say you shouldn't use extra virgin olive oil for cooking. I think that's rubbish because I've always used it, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
And here is 2 small onions. I could have used 1 large one. And 3 carrots, which is my starting point. I used one of these.
Keep still.
I'm showing you this. I used one of these from Betterware, I think. My mum got it me from one of her catalogues. Well, I saw it in one of her catalogues and got it. So this, once your oil is warmed through, straight in there. Onions and carrots. Carrots first, they take longer. Let them get all the initial heat. Let's stir around. And then my onion. Now basically, you can stand here if you want to, like one of Lipton's, stirring stuff. But if it's on a low enough heat, I would just leave your... Come and have a look, by the way, and if you haven't got a wok that looks like this, all burned and foul, get one, and don't scrub it too hard. Just make sure you season it after every use with a bit of oil. We've had this wok for
10 years?
Yeah, probably about 10 years. So this is actually cooked vegetarian food as well, and then just been washed afterwards, because we ain't that precious, and stainless steel is a good commodity, which is quite expensive. Leave that now to cook for a while until the carrots and the onions soften, and then we'll come back with the next ingredient. Right, come have a look at this, Jason. Carrots and the onions have nicely softened now, and you'll even see there's some bits have already started to get little burnt edges on them, only little bits, but they add flavour, real flavour. So for this particular mince pie, don't Christmas obsessed, I'm using Tesco's soya mince, suitable for vegans.
Yep.
as is Sainsbury's, or they're as good as each other, I find, to be honest with you. And because we're making a shepherd's pie for 6 people today, we're going to be using the whole bag. So just straight in there with it all. The whole bag of mince.
Am I right in saying that in our experience we've found that the supermarket brand's soy mince is actually a little bit better than the Quorn soy mince?
That, my dear, dear husband, is a fabulous point and a very, very valid one. Because we've stuck with these standard soy minces from supermarkets, particularly Tesco's and Sainsbury's. I haven't tried, can't recall trying any others apart from the V-Bites one that you get from Holland and Barrett. And although I'm a massive fan of a lot of V-Bite stuff, the mince I'm not a fan of necessarily. Because, let's just make this clear as well, that we went vegan, me and Jason, after being vegetarian for many, many years, and after watching a documentary called Vegucated. But as vegetarians, we were still eating a lot of meat alternatives, and we still do, don't we?
We do.
In fact, let's show folk our freezer. Linda McCartney, fries in bottom there, Quorn fishless fingers. We eat a lot of stuff.
We do.
But now we are starting to use a lot more veg. This week we've done a lot of meals which have been real hits, and I'll be doing videos about them, particularly with black beans, kale and sweet potato. Remember those 3 ingredients, because they're together, they're incredible. So all we're doing is we're frying off our mince. We want a bit of flavour on that before we add any liquid. I'm going to add actually a little bit more oil. And of course see, this is why the cooker gets filthy so quick, because stuff cooks over. A little bit more oil. I tend to pour around the edges so it gets underneath the food. And while this mince is slowly kind of cooking off, you can be peeling and boiling your potatoes ready for the mash to go on top. You don't need to know how to do that. You know how to peel a potato. You make mash all the time, don't you?
Even I can peel a potato. Hey.
Do you remember once, I don't know what was happening, maybe I was working or something, and you decided you were going to make Sunday dinner, and you phoned your mum
I do.
to ask her
How to cook potatoes. How to make mash. Many years ago.
Bless you though. Oh yeah, you were like very young, but bless you for doing that. Because I mean, who better to phone than your mum?
Yeah.
You know, in a time like that. Come and look at this lovely mix now, Jeff. Just mince and carrots and onions, and all this is going to start properly cooking down before we start adding any kind of fluids to it. But 2 of the things that I am going to be using to add to this flavour-wise are Bisto caramelised onion gravy powder, which is beautiful. We have this quite a lot. And Maggi liquid seasoning. And if you're a bit wary about what vegan stock cubes or gravies or seasonings you can use, do have a look at Vegan Womble. Just look it up on Google, Vegan Womble. Brilliant website. Really takes the time to kind of go through, break everything down, gives you photographs of the ingredients and everything. So them are the 2 main things we'll be using to flavour this before it goes in the bottom of our Pyrex dish with the mash on top to become a beautiful shepherd's pie, which Omni family will love. I've just come in a sec, Jay, and just have a quick close up in there. You can see it's starting to stick on the bottom. Don't worry about it, that's fine, it's all flavour. So at this point now, I'm going to add some boiling water, straight from the kettle. A few shakes of Maggie's liquid seasoning, which the best way, it's kind of marmitey, but not, it's not marmitey, is it? It's
No.
very rich, intense. When you're doing anything that's a kind of shepherd's pie, or maybe you will do Cornish pasties at some point, it just adds a really, really good kind of beefy kind of flavouring.
Oh, I got a shot right down your ear hole then.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And a splosh, optional, we recommend it. A splash of red wine. Because it just, again, adds a bit more intensity of flavour, and then you'll find that all that stuff on the bottom now is starting to come off into that sauce. And to darken it in a while, we're going to get on with the potatoes now. We're just going to leave that for a bit longer to just cook down. We'll be adding this to really thicken it up and add that last bit of flavour and colour. This gives you a nice brown. So we'll see you when we've done spuds. Okay, it is Bisto Best caramelised onion time now, because we've got basically the liquid has absorbed almost completely. Come on, look.
Well, I will.
Oh, has absorbed almost completely. See, there's no liquid. There was no on bottom of the pan either, like there was before. Remember?
I remember.
So I'm just going to add a shake of this. Let's say it's a tablespoon and a half, approximately, and then a little bit more water, and that'll go really, really thick and meaty and juicy. I'll probably add some salt and black pepper to that soon. It's already gone really, really thick. And then we'll get it in our pot with our potatoes, and on top, point at her.
Wow.
That's me mum. Me mum, see, who's come for dinner today. So we'll get back to this shortly soon. So I'm now making the soup. You can do this with a hand blender. You can just hand blend in the pan. Just be careful with your hand, of course.
And the blender.
Yeah, because I was melted, didn't it? Because I kept touching it on the bottom of the pan. But you basically blitz this soup together and then have a taste afterwards. I've done quite a lot of stock in this batch. So I do this really awkwardly. I jug it, then pour it into a jug, then do another, and it all ends up back in the pan. So we'll show you that when it's finished, because this bit you really don't need to see. It's blended. Now I've finished the soup now, but I'm just going to tell you a quick trick of mine. When you get to the bottom of the pan, after you've if you don't use a hand blender, if you use a jug blender and you're spooning bits out, when you get to the bottom, there'll be a bit of stock left with loads of little bits of cauliflower and broccoli. Don't blend that. Just get the bits out and add them to the blended soup, and you end up with this. Is that an alright shot of that? So this is just a really good, see how it's got that nice thickness just because of the cauliflower. No thickening agents have been added to that at all. So we'll get everyone's, are you willing to give feedback, Joan, on camera?
Oh, yes.
Oh, Joan will give you feedback on camera. She knows her shit. She's from Limeside. So yeah, there you go, cauliflower and broccoli soup. Brilliant with chips. Bowl of chips, soup poured all over it, bread and butter, glass of wine. Life is fine. This is what she does. I've told her to sit down 5 times. She said, oh, I'm only doing this.
I am.
Just a tip for your mash, when you drain it, leave it for a good 5 minutes with all the water drained off. Let it evaporate and go a bit drier. All I've used in there is cocoa milk, which is our standard milk, and Flora dairy-free. Sorry, Flora dairy-free and cocoa milk. I'm going to mash that. You can then spoon it on top, but I like to use a piping bag, so I'll do that, and you can watch because it burns me out.
What's happened, Paul?
You know my piping bag? Don't you laugh, John. You know my piping bag?
I know you.
That I've had for years. It burst. It burst from the bottom up. So I've had to cut my mash out. I had to cut my mash out like a surgeon. And got the old school method, which is, you probably get a bit more of an even thing anyway. I've basically spooned all the mashed potato on. I'm going to get the rest of the dregs on there now, and then I'm just going to go across the top with a fork to get that nice pattern so that you can get all those little crispy top edges that you get with a good shepherd's pie. So you don't need to watch me do that. You take it, I'll show you. No, I shouldn't think that because some people have never made a shepherd's pie, have they?
No.
Once I've got it all on anyway, I'm just going to go along the top and quite deeply press the fork in like that all the way across. So we'll show you that when it's done before it goes into the oven, and then we'll show you again when it comes out, because we're just like that. Shepherd's pie. See how I've got the ridges quite deep? And getting a good shot of that.
Yeah, that's great.
Just so you get those browned tops. And that's it from the side. So I'm going to get that in the oven now, but I've only got the oven on 150 because we've got our soup to have and then a little break and so on and so forth. So this will cook really slowly in the oven. If it's not browned on top by the time I serve it, I'll up it a bit and we'll show you this just before we serve it.
As a novice myself, would it go under the grill at the end?
You could do, and it's particularly if you're putting some vegan cheese on top, which I know a lot of people do.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's going in the oven. Cheers. Family are all sat in the front room now. We've got 6 bowls of lovely soup here. Can you see them, Jason? 6 lovely bowls of soup, and this much left over from the batch I made for me and Jason to have soup and chips one night in the week. And you'll take a cup to work one day, won't you?
Certainly will.
With sandwiches or whatever. Got my chopped spring greens steaming. They're going to be a side for the shepherd's pie. And we'll show you the shepherd's pie later, but now we're going to eat and we'll get everyone's opinions at the end of the meal. We're going to show you this on the plates as well when it's on, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. It's all beautiful and browned on top. Lovely separate layers, and we're having it with spring greens, peas and sweet. If you can show this, it's like peas and sweet corn, chopped spring greens and gravy. Here's the horrific part, guys. I don't have a gravy nut bowl big enough, so it's going back in the jug I made it in before I put it in the pan, and we're having it that way. We don't care in this house.
Because we're northern.
He's right. So we're going to play it up and then we'll show you again.
That's my backside.
Oh, just by way of introduction, by the way, Jason's dad, Dave.
Hello.
Jason's mum, Rona.
Hi.
My mum-in-law, and my dad-in-law, of course, and my sister-in-law, Donna.
Hi.
We never showed you the plated up meal, but there is our shepherd's pie, spring greens, peas and sweet corn, and a big plastic jug of gravy, because we just don't care. It's about time you were on camera.
Hi.
So bye.
Bye.
This won't be half as good quality because I've turned the camera around, but there's Jay, bless him, doing all the pots, because he always does all the pots. He's amazing. And for before I get everyone's opinions on the shepherd's pie and the soup, we've saved a box of Asda's mince pies specifically for dessert today, and there's a little bit of cream gone out of this, the Alpro single cream. I've just put a load of brandy in there and shook it up. So that's what we're having for pudding. But the next thing you see won't be me here and Jason doing the pots. It will be them talking about food. Bye-bye. This is my sister-in-law, Donna. Donna, did you enjoy the soup?
It was all absolutely gorgeous. I loved it all.
Brilliant. And of course, this is all vegan stuff. And Donna is an omni. Oh look, Jason and Donna together. We never see them on video together.
She's not saying that because she's my sister. She actually genuinely enjoyed all of it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because it was awesome.
Yeah, not just because like my family. It was all really, really nice.
Yay. Now I'm going to get Mum, Dad and Mum's opinions. Bye.
Bye.
John Wilde, son of Paul, one of those vegan guys. Did you enjoy the soup?
Fabulous.
Did you enjoy the shepherd's pie?
More fabulous.
Was it meaty?
Very.
So, if you didn't know that we were vegan and we gave you that, what would you think?
I would think it was just an ordinary cottage pie.
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie. Then.
Damn it, woman. Mum and Dad. Did you enjoy your meal today?
Absolutely gorgeous.
And do you think the same thing about the shepherd's pie? Like, if you didn't know it was vegan, would you think, oh yeah, it's meat?
If I'm being honest, I could taste a difference, but it was just as nice.
It was nice.
You know.
Short of shepherd.
Just
Perfect. Mum and Dad Brom, Mum Wild. Their opinions have been gathered. Well, there you go. We've everything. I know we're all really stuffed. All the family's gone. Everyone was sated, very satisfied with the food. Did you enjoy the food?
Gorgeous. Yeah, I always enjoy my food though, to be fair.
You do, don't you? But I hope we've given you some good tips today, because it's not just about, how do you cook a vegan shepherd's pie and a vegan pot of soup. It's all the little tips and tricks as well, like whacking a bit of booze in a 3/4 pot of soya cream to make a nice brandy cream to go over chocolate brownies, or as we did today, mince pies. We're going to be doing our shove things in pastry. Well, let's do a teaser. No, come on.
Save it for them.
Oh.
We should save it.
Alright, we're going to save the introduction for that, for when we do it.
We do a little teaser first, like.
We'll just do that. That's all we'll do. We're going to be doing that video quite soon. But this video had a lot more in it than we thought, and thank you to our families for being with us today and for coming on the video. Of course, we have a family meal once a month at least here, and of course everybody eats vegan because we're a vegan household. We don't allow anything non-vegan into the house, and people respect that. Don't
Well,
we? Just
except
have
for cat food.
Yeah, well, the cats are obligate carnivores, and we don't force ours to be vegan, nor would we. We want to wish you all a very happy new year, very happy 2018. To anyone who is doing Veganuary, thank you so much for giving it a shot. The planet thanks you, the animals thank you, we thank you from the bottom of our cold dead hearts.
We do.
But they're not cold and dead, they're warm and full of love.
Full of green things.
Thank you very much once again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, which will be shoving something in pastry. Until then, all the best.